Go ahead, bro.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad trying to wake them up.
Inside Muslim temples, no white people were allowed. Members worked to build a self-sufficient community, founded on strict rules and absolute obedience. The nation set up Muslim schools for its children, teaching mathematics, science, history, and Arabic.
Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man. The makers are all the cream of the planet Earth.
Muslim women studied nutrition, child rearing, and guidelines on how to care for their husbands. Muslim men studied parental responsibility, history, and religion. The elite corps, called the Fruit of Islam, was trained in hand-to-hand combat and was expected to protect the temples and to punish any members who spoke out against the messenger.
I was surprised when I went into a couple of the Muslim families, the faith that they had in Elijah Muhammad and in Malcolm. I asked one father, I said, suppose your son came home one day and told you that he was renouncing the Muslim religion. He said, I would turn him from my door and would never allow him in again. So I asked Malcolm about that. He said, he meant it, and he would do that. I said, not worry about what happened to his son? No, he wouldn't worry about what happened to him. His allegiance was with Elijah Muhammad.
To help expand the Nation of Islam, Malcolm created a newspaper, Muhammad Speaks, and persuaded other black newspapers to carry the messenger's weekly column.
His strength was, once he believed in a thing, he would give everything he had to it, all of his energies. He'd become a workaholic. He worked day and night for it.
He only required around 4 hours sleep, and many times wouldn't get that. And you just kind of wonder, how can anybody keep up that kind of a pace? But he did it, day in and day out. Plus, on top of that, he's reading. He's reading papers, keeping up what the news is. He's just a person that's tuned in to life in such a way that he doesn't miss too much of it.
At age 32, after devoting 5 years to building the nation, he sought the approval of Elijah Muhammad to marry Sister Betty X, a college-educated member of Harlem's Temple No. 7.
Right.
In the years that followed, the demands of his ministry allowed little time for his
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit is on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view. You know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics. Midweek mix, if you will. Come on in, hit that subscribe button while you're here. That like button, that notification bell, whatever they have to let y'all know that we slide on.
Best believe it. And if you're new here, you don't know what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We're chasing maggots and coons. Maggots and coons. Let's not forget about those white ladies and those Puerto Rican state. You know what I'm saying, Dad? Yeah. Welcome to anybody that's new around the world, anybody, to take 10 seconds out to talk to your boys and listen to your boys. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Like, subscribe on your way out. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And all the hoodies out there, you know what's up with your boys. You know? What's going on with your player?
Sunny day.
Yeah, it was nice too.
Way better than it was yesterday. Cold shit. It's cold shit, man.
Yeah, it dropped. Well, wherever you at now, you might not have had the same shit. We're here in DC, so
Yeah, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
So we giving.
There's motherfuckers out there. I was in the dude yesterday. He was dressed like Bill Cosby in Uptown Saturday Night.
That's funny.
It was cold in the motherfucker out there. Had the shorts on there.
That's funny.
Flops. I'm like, the fuck? Nigga look like Mongo Slave.
That's funny.
But
I don't know, man. Like you, I've been chilling this shit, bro. But other than that, other than trying to open up another shop and doing most of the motherfucking labor my damn self. Bro, like I was telling you, motherfuckers like a motherfuckers that's entrepreneur that open up business and stuff, in their mind frame, they don't think of doing the work themselves, right?
no.
They always think of, all right, I'm gonna pay this person. Can I get the best deal somewhere? Never in their mind frame do it comes up, they do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't realize, like, when you listen to people, and one thing I don't discriminate, right? So when I started my expansion of the business and shit, I was given. Now look, this people was given to me, Hispanic contractor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was cool to me. You know what I'm saying? I got Spanish in my family, you know, but that's not the thing. It's just whatever. But one thing I noticed has been given 2 contractors from landlords, and they both were Hispanic. Now, one disappeared in the middle of the project.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the fuck he went back home. I don't know what he did, but just disappeared. It was over. Stuck in the middle of the joint. You get another one, and he half-assed the joint. I go to the joint. These niggas drunk. And I don't mean niggas. I mean Puerto Rican drunks. I'm like, bro. All right. Everybody done. I got to bring who I want in here now. You know what I'm saying? And it's been niggas. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault. It's just what I want. I'm uncomfortable with. I need niggas to do the work here. You know what I'm saying? Now, things get done when niggas do it. That's my thing. I wanted to do that. Then they do the price haggling like these Puerto Ricans do. I ain't gonna give you that too. But bro, when you do, when sometimes you listen to these niggas, they be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, such, and I'm gonna do this and that. 3,000, 3,500, and shit like that. You be looking at them like, really though? What you just told me? Damn, I did all that. I worked harder than that right there before. All right? And all in your mind, you thinking, all right, you know what? That's cool. Thanks for your prognosis. Is that what it called? Your prognosis? So thanks for telling me what your idea was. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna take away that 3 G's and do it my damn self, you fool. You know what I'm saying? But most of my entrepreneurs don't think that way of, I'm gonna do it my damn self. You know what I'm saying? And what fucked around is I fucked around and twist my back. Like one of those joints where you just, now everything I do this left hurts. Like, bro.
I hate them.
Fuck. And then the nigga told me to put ice. Is that good? Ice?
Mm-hmm.
Or heat?
Ice.
Damn, I didn't know that. Nigga was like, bro, put some ice on that joint. I was like, bro. And you know, in the back of your brain, you're like, man, I appreciate you, bro. When you back your brain, you be like, bro, put no fucking ice on it. Some heat on my shit. You know what I'm saying? You know? That shit's crazy as shit, bro. But yeah. No bullshit. Speaking of motherfuckers that think they're entrepreneurs and shit, right? Before we go any further into a lot of things I love, let's get into some things I hate. Motherfuckers like Stephen A, bro.
I'm do that.
Now, look, you gotta remember now. I always said that if you was to write on paper what the Democrats need, far as mouthpiece, far as statute, far as motherfucking can go toe to toe with Republicans word for word on that bullshit. You gotta realize most motherfucking Democrats are really politicians that want to do good for people. They're not camera people, they're not TV people, and they're not debate people like Stephen A is. So it's an easier route for somebody that's in the limelight, on TV, just like Donald the fuck Trump. And somebody, but difference between him and Trump is he can put the words together. He can combat the bullshit that they saying right there in their face, in his face. And on top of that, in a Democratic platform, him and anybody, he'll wipe all them up with words. You know what I'm saying? He'll have more sound bites than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So when you write it down, you'll be like, all right, everything that checks down, who is this person? And it'll be Stephen A. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You agree or what?
I don't know what to think of that motherfucker right now. He's got my last.
I'm talking about as far as the blueprint of a person that you need in the Democratic Party.
Okay, the type of person he is, with the big mouth, loud platform. He do the work and he know his arguments. That's the type of motherfucker that you need. And then I put the emphasis on type. Because himself, he ain't the motherfucker that you need.
Yeah, he ain't the one, but his profile and him is what Democrats need at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? But with that in mind, he goes on his motherfucking whatever the fuck. He got a YouTube joint there. And he goes on there and elaborate on this presidency.
Next MSNBC, the next News Nation, the next. You hear me on podcasts, Dave Rubin. You hear me on a radio show like Mark Levin. You see me on a television show like Sean Hannity's show or Chris Cuomo's show, Cuomo on News Nation. You see all of these things and you hear me talking about politics. I've never considered it political talk. I consider it social commentary. Oh, God. When we're talking about the economy, when we're talking about healthcare, education, immigration, safety in the street, I consider those to be life-altering issues that every American citizen has the right to feel passionate about, have fervor about, and express themselves about. So I simply looked at myself as doing my civic duty and speaking on these issues. And then lo and behold, some poll comes out, and the poll has me receiving 2% for the presidency of the United States of America. Tim Walz, former VP candidate for the Democratic Party under Kamala Harris, he got 3%. Josh Shapiro, governor for Pennsylvania, he's got some more percentage points. The only person that had double digits was Kamala Harris at 33%.
All right. Now, there's a few things about this motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is what he trying to do right there is line up himself beside real politicians, right? And give you the illusion and give you the picture of, hey, you know what? They polling me at 2, but hey, Josh Shapiro, he at 3. The motherfucker that ran with Kamala, guess what? He ran with Kamala and he only a 1% ahead of me. You hear that? You see what he's saying? He's trying to give you and talk to you into him actually being that. You don't hear that shit?
See, now. This was motherfucker. He got under my skin with this one.
Time is running out.
Because you're playing games. Now you're playing games. You know you got a snowball's chance of hell of being president. It ain't gonna happen. You are just like Trump. You a loudmouth know-it-all who really in the end don't know shit. So if they're tired of the white one that they got, they're not gonna damn sure not gonna elect the black Trump. You just ain't got the money and the power, the mouth, the bluster, all that shit. Yeah, that's you. But people need to understand this too when motherfuckers talk about somebody like Stephen A. Man, that's taken away from the real candidates. And that shit ain't good.
But you see what he said at the end, Kamala Harris is 33%.
But now we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that right now. The poll you're talking about, you want to act like this is a widespread poll with thousands of people that they called all over the United States and took a real poll with a real sample size, and you got 2%. The total amount of people in this poll was 414 people. So for every 100, you got 2 people. So you got 8, probably 8.5, 8.25 people.
Because they knew you.
Out of the whole poll. And you touting that shit like it's a serious ass poll. Dude. He's a joke on this. That's this garbage.
But I'm starting to, in my mind, think he's setting the groundwork. It's like he's going deeper into politics, talking, bringing people into shows into politics. He just right now he's feeling his way into, all right, who's hot, who's not, and what makes that person hot if he hot, right? And whatever that is, I dominated the sports world. I could do this shit in politics because they're not even ready for somebody smart like me. That's how bitch ass Stephen A. think, bro. Mm-hmm. Now, he was asked this question at the black. He was asked this question at the black motherfucking what's that called?
They up.
Yeah.
I don't hear you.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't hear you.
He was asked this shit at the black, what this fuck called? The black BBC, almost like when the nigga said, what did he say? Common Lane Black.
Oh.
That joint. And they was asking questions.
Over the last few weeks, I've had no choice but to get a bit more serious about it. I've been approached by people on Capitol Hill. I've been approached by people who are elected officials in office, whether it's governors or mayors or what have you, and people have legitimately and seriously asked me about that. I have no desire to be a politician. My life is pretty well, but I've decided I'm no longer going to close that door. I'm going to keep my options open. I'm going to entertain the possibility. And if it comes in 2020, late 2026, 2027, where I look at this country and I think it's an absolute mess and there's legitimate reason to believe, whether it's via exploratory committees or anything else, that I indeed would have a legitimate shot to win the presidency of the United States, I am not going to rule it out, and I'm not playing. I just think that it's a mess right now. I'm not scared. There's a lot that I have to learn. I am no aficionado, make no mistake about it. But damn it, let me hunker down for 2 or 3 months. I'll know the issues. And once that happens, then imagining me on a debate stage with these people, these politicians, this is what I do for a living. And if for no other reason than to stand on the debate stage with tens of millions of people watching, where I get to sit back and talk about what you've been doing as politicians to literally dissipate and disintegrate the quality of America before our very eyes because of your own selfishness. Me having an opportunity to do that, that is what I mean when I say I will eat them alive. I am not a politician. I don't have a political record for them to lean on. They all do. which means I get to look at your record and what you've done and challenge whether you can legitimately say, not just with the cameras rolling, but in front of my face, that you actually operated on behalf of what was in the best interest of all of America. Who's gonna pull that off in front of my face? Good luck with that. I wish that.
He just described Trump in describing himself. I'm not a politician. I'm not this. I don't have a record. I don't have a record to run on. I'll run against whatever the fuck he said. He just described Trump. That is how we got Trump. And I'm sitting here listening to the motherfucker, and I'm looking at the news outlets that he's on, and he's been going to Fox News, News Nation, all this shit. All that shit leaning right leaning shit. He's setting himself up, and we'll see if he try to run or whatever. He's setting himself up to run as a fucking Republican.
No.
Because he's not. There's no way in hell he's getting on a Democratic ticket anyway. He might can run. He can try to. He can if he's already a Democrat. He can run. If he's not, or he want to be like an independent or whatever the fuck, whatever he is gonna have to come out if he's going to run.
No.
He
No. What he was saying was he done got people reaching out to him or some shit, right? And what he trying to say is, if I learn the issue, he already hinted to Democrats been reaching out to him, right? So what he's saying is, once he get on the stage, so to me, he gonna be a version of Bernie Sanders, because in his mind he thinking, oh yeah, give me 2 months, I'll hunker down. You gonna get him? You gonna tell me what you do? So his mind frame is blowing up the Democratic Party, because he thinking of getting up there and saying, oh, you think that was in the interest of, or whatever the fuck he just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his goal now. So if I do get up there, and then what he's saying is, hey, at the very least, I'm in front of 10 million people. You feel me? Even if I don't get no percentage points or shit like that, I will stand in front of these fools and make a fool out of them, because this is what I do.
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, I'm getting at it in this way. He described himself in the same way in what Trump is. And for him to get out there and get some traction, especially on the debate stage, he gonna have to do what Trump did, and before Trump, Newt Gingrich did. You got to go through them debates being a wrecking ball. You got to be a firebrand. You got to be how, like when Al Sharpton was on that debate stage, Al didn't say much, but when Al spoke, Al brought the house down. So he gonna have to be a firebrand type motherfucker when he get out there. So he gonna have to be what Trump is. If he think he gonna get them, look, this nigga come from sports. So he gonna, them macho motherfuckers in the macho way he talk, the macho caveman motherfuckers will run behind somebody like Stephen A. That's how we got Trump.
I understand it. What?
But I mean, I'm with you, but
what I'm saying from him is maneuvering to get himself in position. Just at the very least, like you said, I'm in front of the tank. You think you can out debate me? And all he's thinking of is blowing bombs in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because to me, he's not a Democrat. He's a fucking Republican light.
Right. That's what I said.
But he don't want to say it.
Yeah.
So if he run, he gonna do like the fucking bitch ass Trump did. But he gonna do the shit and try to run in Democratic joint when he really not a Democrat.
Yeah. And my thing is, all the shit he talking, all the bombs he throwing at Democrats, this, that, and the third. Wasn't that way over summer, last summer, chump. But and what was I pointed that, And the fact that he keeps going to all the MAGA channels and all where the MAGA people speak to, and them job like the only interviews on the political shit that he did. So that's telling me they keep having more on there. He keep going on there. There got to be some simpatico somewhere along the line with that. And he not getting on no Democrat ticket. He ain't even gonna make it to the primary. Well, he ain't gonna make it nowhere as a Democrat, especially after all these bombs he's throwing. So if he gonna run, he even gonna run as an independent. Bernie got that lane sold up. And so I think his only choice is he gonna have to come out and he'll be that black Republican candidate this time until it get close to the primaries. And then what's really gonna happen is he gonna fuck around and find out that you digging into some dirty shit that you really don't understand, and you're gonna get fucked over, and Pat McAfee gonna have your spot. No, Shay gonna have your spot.
The thing is he try to point out two things. What gives him an upper hand is everybody casts votes on things. They actual politicians. He had no votes for them to pick apart. So he gonna go back 30 years, 15 years, 20 years and drag up your vote.
Yeah.
And talk about that. And meanwhile, you can drag up him talking about the motherfucker grown-ass man's son on TV all fucking day and got confronted about that. And you can put that in your fucking commercial. Mm-hmm. You can have him in your commercial talking stupid shit about black men all the fucking time in your commercial. He would die as a Democrat, bro. I would burn him up my damn self, bro.
I would kill him with one commercial.
Tripping.
This is the commercial. I'm telling you.
He tripping, bro.
I will end his candidacy
tripping
with one commercial. I will have a commercial where I will play the clip of him and LeBron rolling up on him.
Yeah.
And then I put on this motherfucking joint. It'll say he couldn't stand up to LeBron. You think he could stand up to Putin? And your career is over. I ended. See, y'all, that's why y'all need to.
He done, period.
So, like I said, he about to fuck around and find out. It's a lot of shit. It's gonna be a lot of dirty shit. The more he get into politics, and the more
exactly.
Because don't believe that the Democrats ain't got ops too. Republicans got ops, and you know it. Democrats got ops. If Stephen A become too much of a threat on either side, because the next elections are too important. The next two elections, the midterms and 2028, is too important. He's not letting his dumb ass fuck it up on neither side. He about to fuck around and find out for real.
Let that bum find out.
Yeah, he gonna fuck around and find out for real. That's how dirty politics can get.
No. My thing is that him for real, put him in there. Someone let Kamala blow his ass out. Right. And we're gonna get to really feel how you really feel about Kamala, you bitch ass nigga.
Because
what you gonna say about her if it's just you and her in a debate? Or you and 6 other people in her, and she the front runner at 33%, like you said, you bitch nigga. So what you gonna do? You gonna bring up all the bullshit like a bitch? Or you gonna skip over the little bit of time that you said, I might be voting, I'm voting for her. Or you gonna go back to that? Or you gonna go back and drag up some shit and start saying she's a transgender or whatever the fuck?
Or whatever. But I see where you coming from with this asshole. Is that he ain't gonna do nothing but jump out there in election time or around it and start throwing bombs. And what he was getting at is, I don't have no motherfucker. He don't have no record. He ain't really got to dig up shit on himself. He ain't got shit to defend. So all the digging in 2 months and all this shit he talking about, he ain't doing nothing but getting information on another motherfucker to come out there and throw bombs. But
exactly
when he got to do that shit on the debate stage, and a real live politician, he ain't gonna get no back and forth with you. He gonna let you play yourself, and you get like you crazy and shit. They gonna motherfucker let you do it. let the crowd clap a little bit or whatever. Then you know what they're gonna say? You see this? This is how we got Trump. He don't know nothing about the issues. He has no plan. He just a bunch of talk. And shut you down. That's all they're gonna do to you. But he's not a serious candidate, but at this time, bruh, you know you're not serious, and you know this is serious times. And the shit you doing, that already shows me that you lean Republican, you lean right, and you probably a secret black MAGA.
Oh, he definitely a fucking MAGA. First of all, there's no way hiding him from being MAGA. If you're not a MAGA, you sympathize with MAGA shit. Or you sympathize, you love Trump. Either way, you're not a fucking Democrat.
Right.
And that's why I say, anyway, just him, Sanders too. If you're not saying you're a Democrat, fuck you. You just a dino.
Yeah.
As far as we concerned. Sanders, you ain't even a dino. You never was a Democrat. Fuck you, period. You know what I'm saying? So all these other motherfuckers that get the wimmy-washy, and then this bitch ass nigga gonna slide in. All Democrats will blow his ass up immediately now, for real. Don't even wait. Start talking about this bitch nigga now. Say, no, he's not even a fucking candidate. If he jump in here, he's not a Democrat. And start pointing out his stance he been saying on this dumbass podcast.
Yeah. Because what he gonna do? He run the Hannity.
Oh my God, yeah.
He
get on that. Hey man, you one of my best friends on it. Fuck you. If Hannity one of your friends, you know where you at now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the route he gonna go. He gonna go on that joint and just be like, I'm an independent. I'm running a Democratic Party, but I'm independent. No, you ain't. Not no more. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing the independents. We're not doing anybody that's wishy-washy Democrats. Fuck all y'all. Those dinos are over, bro.
But actually, they're going through. That's the process they're going through now with all the motherfucking bullshit. You finding out who's real, who's not, who you can depend on, who you can get behind. They going through the process. It looks shitty as a motherfucker, but that's why I say a motherfucker like Stephen A. He can only do that shit. Look, Trump was a Democrat. He hung out with Democrats. Democrats had power. He donated to Democrats. He donated to Democrat causes. What the fuck that happened? I don't know. But he always he been talking about running for fucking president since he was in his 40s or whatever the fuck. So Democrats knew he was never going to get the ticket, get on a ticket, get on the ballot or whatever the fuck as a Democrat. They wasn't gonna let that shit happen.
I ain't gonna get a ballot talking about some Mexicans or rapists, and that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna do that. So what did he do? He went and basically took over the Republican Party because they was gullible and was always winning at all costs. Yep, that's what you got. Democrats ain't stupid. They're not going to let Stephen A. do kick rocks.
Now,
one of the ones going to find out too, because when this shit is over with and Trump ain't around no more, hey, pay like a bitch.
We ain't gonna have to worry about him doing whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, first of all, like he said, he can really take 2 months and hunker down and really come out acting like he know what he talking about. That really can happen. And he can really go on the debate stage and run circles around everybody because people are there are not showmen. They are people that want to govern. In the Democratic Party, at least. Republicans, fuck no, they don't give a fuck. But Democrats, they literally, you can pick any Democrat out, close your eyes. They there for a reason. They're gonna have a story of why they here. And the bills and things they want to push. That's why they there. You know what I'm saying? Republicans are there. You ask them, they're just like, make America great again or something. They don't give a fuck. Like, whatever the motherfuckers want to do, whatever. I just want to be called senator. Once I'm called senator, I'm living in that house. I want to be called governor. And shit like that. That's all they want to do. They don't give a fuck. Anything happen after that, they just want to be called something. Now, you had motherfucking the orange demon fuck Donald Jackass Trump.
Yeah, that's him.
That motherfucking do the motherfucking deportations that me and my man been telling y'all. It's been like a smoke screen. I haven't even seen a real deportation thing yet, but give him what he give. Now, as we know, so far he been snatching people that has nothing to do with anything. They're not illegal. They ain't broke no laws. They ain't shit. They just telling them, hey, you know what? You MS-13. You know what? I'm gonna just you be like, oh, what? Who? You that? Fuck you. Back Salvador. You be like, hey, Salvador, like, hey, you be on YouTube, like, hey, I'm in Salvador. What the fuck up? Nope, you're not coming back. Like, what is that? You can't function like that. No. So we had a motherfucking lady, man, that I think her husband was snatched and sent over to Salvador and was told he was MS-13. And she came on MSNBC.
Only seen the pictures once because every time that I see them, my heart breaks. It's very painful. I never thought to see him in this situation, in those pictures.
Do you have any idea what's happening for him or to him right now? Have you had any contact?
Nothing.
What goes through your mind not knowing?
Lots of questions. Is he okay? What happened to him?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you a few things about this, right? First of all, like if somebody, imagine if you have a wife or a husband and they just snatch them and you don't know where they at. And this is America though. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And they just snatch them up. You don't know literally where the fuck they at. Literally. Mm-hmm. And the orange demon fuck Donald is saying that's good. That motherfucking bitch, that blonde bitch, that be talking in the press.
It's crazy.
Oh, he should stay there. What, really?
Stay there. So
why would he have to stay? What are y'all talking about at this point? You said you was doing the mass deportation. Criminals. Everybody about to go. Not people that's not. They said in motherfucking NBC that 90% of the people he snatched up are legal. 90% of the people he snatched up are legal and literally have rights to bring their ass right the fuck back.
Okay, let me dissect this.
Literally.
And I want y'all, if anybody out there of Latino descent is listening, I think you should listen to this. They just told you in plain language what we've been telling you in plainer language for the longest time. It was never about getting criminals out the country. It was about getting Latinos out the country.
Don't forget jihad too.
Yeah, but for the sake of the Latino people, that's you put a Latino up there, and
don't forget to catch the dogs too.
That they took by mistake. When they tell you when the motherfucker get picked up and they illegal, you didn't even do the motherfucking the background check, check with INS or whatever to find out if this dude was legal. It was straight to El Salvador. Now, when I guess his family proved that he's not an illegal immigrant, that he was deported by mistake, that he shouldn't have been deported. No, they didn't say, oh, let me straighten that out and he'll be released and back home shortly. You didn't do that. Y'all had to go to court. And the judge said, nah, y'all got to bring him back. Instead of this, hey, releasing him, get him, process him out, get him on the next plane smoking, get him back to the United States pronto, make sure there's not a hair missing off his body. That was because he gonna get paid. But they don't even do that. Somehow it gets to the Supreme Court, and you wonder how it got there so fast. And the Supreme Court put a stay over there on the motherfucker, saying, no, you ain't going nowhere. Mistake or no way of mistake. Your ass is here for the duration. That's basically what they told you. That's what Caroline Levitt told you when she said, well, he should just stay there. So it was never about illegal immigrants.
Oh, hell no.
It was about immigrants, period.
Oh, hell no.
If you look like you don't belong here, you getting the fuck up out of here. And we even talked about it when they was talking about building these fucking basically concentration camps down in Texas and shit. Dude, it's not about illegals. It's about all of y'all. And he needed somewhere to put all of y'all. They don't give a fuck. If you look like you ain't, you look like you ain't one of us, you know, these niggas we can't do nothing about. But you motherfuckers, we getting all of y'all asses rounded up. We told y'all. You can get all you motherfuckers. But nah, you like his economic plan. Trump money. Mm-hmm.
I don't.
And did he was he working right now in the US? What type of, job was he contributing to? And again, where do you plan to go next? What is your next move?
Was currently working as a sheet metal worker. He was also studying through his union. So he had so many plans for the family. And to the question, where are we going next? Honestly, I don't know.
What's your message to those who hold Kilmar's fate in their hands?
I want them to plead, to bring him back. I want to know when they will bring him back.
That's fucked up,
Because
bro.
my kids ask, when is he coming? And I don't have an answer.
That's fucked up.
I agree, but I don't want to sound cold. I don't want to sound hard or heartless or whatever the fuck, but that's what you voted for.
Now, anybody don't know, the Supreme Court ruled on Monday night that Trump administration could continue to deport Venezuelan migrants using a Wartime Power Act for now, overturning a lower court that had put a temporary stop to the deportations. Now, what's happening now is the lower courts stopped them. Supreme Court said they can do that under the War Powers Act, only if they come back and explain why this person is supposed to be picked up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just pick people up and just take them, bro. You can't do that.
Now they jumping out of vans and mad.
Yeah, you just can't do that.
Down on motherfucker. Hey, Latino there, get his ass.
So the Supreme Court is asking them to show is he MS-13. Come to court and prove that he's an MS-13. If you can't do that, what are we doing? That's what the Supreme Court did. So you can keep doing it, but you got to prove to me that once the person you grab that you telling me is a Venezuelan motherfucking gang member. All right, what are the documents and what the receipts at? You bitch, motherfucking orange demon, you fuck pig.
Street, man. They the street. they just got planes ready to go to El Salvador on a moment's notice.
They picking anybody up just to have numbers right now.
Hell yeah.
Faking like shit. They just want numbers, bro.
Yeah. Because what do we talk about when we first talked about this? When it was at the convention and had them mass deportation signs up and shit. You ain't gonna get but so many. Because you're gonna go to the cities and where you know big large pockets of them. Okay. The other ones that did exactly what we said. Some quit their jobs, some they off the grid. You don't know where they probably moving around. They probably living like migrants again.
True.
So you was never gonna get but so many because shit, the motherfuckers that don't want to go back, a lot of them here because it is so fucked up in their homeland and they could die if they go back. And y'all don't give a fuck about that. I guess it's your prerogative, but y'all don't give a fuck about that.
That's true.
But I guess like you said, they'd rather go back to living like migrants and living here to here, doing work here, boom, boom, people that feel for them and feel their pain, help them out and won't turn them in. They can't trust nobody because you don't know if I'm fucking setting you up for, damn, yeah, you could, hey, look, man, y'all can spend the night in my barn and shit. And then they wake up the next morning and the barn's surrounded by immigration. They don't know. You can't trust nobody, man. That's fucked up.
Now, like we said, we ain't here to preach or teach. We here to learn with y'all, right? So it says here the 9 motherfucking justices, all 9, said that Venezuelan migrants detained in the United States must receive advance notice and opportunity to challenge their deportation before they could be removed from America.
Due process.
And that's the Supreme Court. It can't get no higher. And these his boys. It's just nothing they can really do with this. You can't just grab people and send them out of here, bro. You just can't.
You grabbing them, anybody, throwing them in a van, evidently taking them straight to the joint, putting them on a plane, you out of here.
So that's what I say is like he have all his friends on the Supreme Court. So you're not gonna get the goodest, best deal with this.
No.
But the one thing you can't do is recognize that they just can't do anything. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing they can't tell this mother, you know what? Go ahead, just snatch anybody out of America. We know what the fuck he can do with that. That wouldn't even make sense. All us black motherfuckers would be standing in Africa tomorrow. You'd be looking around like, oh, what the fuck I'm in? This Africa, bitch, and niggas run over you, hitting you with coconuts and like, bitch, wake up. You're not in America, ho. Get that phone out of your hand. We're in Africa now, goddamn it. Fuck wrong with you? You be like, oh, bitch, I ain't supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in motherfucking New York Avenue some goddamn way. What are we doing? No. You start calling people like, no, we can't get you. Like, what you mean? You see Trump on the motherfucking news said, fuck you. You see that orange bitch saying, they gotta stay there. Like, wait, oh, what? Why I'm here? We don't know. You in Africa. You black. Go to Africa. That's where you be.
This is one person. Well, I ain't gonna say just one person because I got other motherfuckers over there by mistake too. Oh, that shouldn't be over there. I said, yeah, other motherfuckers over there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But this person is getting a lot of publicity. This is on national TV. This is covered by major newspapers.
Ask yourself, why would this get this much publicity? Why this one? Why particularly?
And they still saying, hell no, he ain't coming back.
You gotta know another reason why this one blew up, because the main man that got snatched up was on social media.
Yeah.
So that's what helped.
And you had pictures of you had video of them snatching him up.
Exactly.
When he shouldn't be snatched up.
At all.
And then all that don't make no sense. Once you had the proof, your family had the proof, and it had to be undisputable proof that he shouldn't have been snatched up. He should have been taken somewhere. If y'all pulled him up off the street, y'all should have took him somewhere, processed him through the proper channels, did what you're supposed to do, and you would have knew that you had to let him go. He was cool.
Yeah, you wouldn't have just took him somewhere.
Yeah, but you bypassed all of that and you took this dude all the way over here, El Salvador.
That's some wild shit.
At one of the worst, if not the worst prisons in the fucking
But that's my
country.
point.
I mean, the world.
He can snatch niggas like us that don't give a fuck about him. He can look on YouTube today and be like, who's these two dumb black motherfuckers?
Man,
You know what? Snatch
No.
him. Be in Africa tomorrow. And we just wake up in Africa, like, what the fuck are we here for?
Africa?
Like, what the fuck wrong with you, nigga? We don't even know where you at. What are you doing? I was born in DC, nigga. That's all I know. What the fuck you sent me here for? Yeah, they start calling you African game man. Like, no, you bitch ass nigga, fuck you.
Even the Zimbabwe triads and some shit.
No bullshit. Fuck out of here.
What the fuck? But,
Ask yourself, Black Magus, is that a racist?
And it would have been so motherfucking easy, and it would have been good publicity for his dumb ass to say that, you know, we come out and say, yeah, we made a mistake, but we rectified the mistake, blah, 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 blah. Let main man sue, put some millions in his pocket, and go on about your business.
Exactly.
Now, but they didn't do that. They ended up going to court some kind of way. Somebody took it to court to get a judge to say, now you got to bring the people back.
So let me ask you something. Me and you had a little when we was making our motherfucking racist ass meter.
Yeah.
And then both of us were kind of tied on which way to go with Trump. Should we put him all the way to the KKK level?
No, he's past KKK.
So at the time, but now, let me ask you now, today, should Donald the fuck Trump be actually the KKK level?
I'll say he should be over the KKK level.
Explain, what's over KKK level? Because we talking about Ku Klux Klan there.
A racist with power.
Yikes. KKK with power.
That's why I put him up there in the beginning. He's a racist and he has the power. See,
damn, we need another level.
He has
something over KKK is another level. You're right.
Now, he has the power right now. And it's unchecked power to do whatever the fuck he wants.
If a KKK, now I'll give you that.
KKK,
because you know what I'm saying, if a KKK member was actually president right now and he would do everything he's doing actually, but but KKK member was actually president, like you said, he would actually have power, which make him greater than the actual KKK members.
Dang.
So yeah, it is a level higher than KKK. That was our debate then. Is it a level higher than KKK? We couldn't think of anything higher than the KKK.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, we have something higher than KKK.
He's a racist with the power to act on his racist tendency.
So it got to be a name for a motherfucker higher than KKK.
Trump.
The supreme motherfucking bro. To be higher than KKK, you got to have power. True, I'm with that. And so you got to be KKK member and love your ideas at least. And have power. So that is Trump. So he will have a new motherfucker level of the racist bigot ometer. So now, if we were to take the fuck demon Trump out of the real racist and take him out and make a level for him over top of KKK. Now we need to figure out who will be the real racist. If you take him out. So maybe next part, we're going to fill in who's the next real racist. And then we're going to add another level to the grand pooper of them all. Like Teresa say, the grand pooper. That's it. That's the name. Grand pooper racist of them all. Over top of KKK will be Donald the fuck Trump.
I mean,
New meter alert. New meter alert. New levels to this damn thing.
It's one thing. The KKK can go so far. They gay. They didn't lynch motherfuckers, but as violence is as far as they can get, and you can get violent back with their motherfucking ass. So if you know you got what they got, or they ain't got what you got, you know, kick their ass.
So we talking Grand Poobah Plus.
Yeah, but he's
what about Grand Poobah Plus?
I don't know.
That's a good name?
You call him what you want. He it.
Grand
food chain.
Poobah Plus. That's on top of KKK. When you start going to meter, you can start saying, man, if you pass the KKK, what, my God Almighty, use a Grand Poobah Plus if you pass KKK level of racist. That's a new level. And now, when we come back next part, we're going to have who will be, what everybody watching right now, all the motherfuckers, all the hoodies out there.
The Grand Poobah is the leader of the loyal order of water buffaloes back in Bedrock. The Grand Wizard is the head of the KKK.
So what we're gonna do is, first of all, put Donald the fuck Trump on a new motherfucking scale, and then we want all hoodies when we come back to give us who you think should be real racist to take Donald Trump and move Donald Trump in another level. And we're going to stick somebody in a real racist level. We know everybody out there, all our hoodies to come up with names for that motherfucking real racist spot. You know what I'm saying? That. Damn.
Yeah, they got both Grand Wizard and Imperial Grand Wizard. I don't know. Fuck them.
Now, when you look at this motherfucking chart, first of all, the real racist is going to have to be a grade above motherfucker, what's his name? Archie Bunker. So now you got to be more racist than Archie Bunker. So that's a high level there, bro. Being more of a racist than Archie Bunker, yeah, you on another level. That was Donald Trump himself before he's power. So now we got to find somebody that will actually be more racist than Archie Bunker. You know what I'm saying? Now, before we get out of here, though, bro, I love the fact that we podcast, bro. And we come into this joint, we didn't know what the fuck we been doing. Now we do. And we do a lot of motherfucking forecasting now. Fuck y'all. And one thing we did was tell y'all who's our rising star of 2024. You know what I'm saying? We did that. We told y'all the rising star. We gave y'all. We ain't asked nobody. We told y'all who the rising star was. Maybe y'all wasn't paying attention to it at the time. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But now, as I look on Fox today and listen to Donald the fuck honest Trump, we done hit pay dirt, my man. We done hit pay dirt. Me and you did it. She is now nationally known as Democratic Rising Star.
Oh, David, Democrats are currently in search of a leader of their party, and maybe not the leader, but somebody who's getting a lot of attention right now is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Take a listen to some of her recent comments regarding illegal immigration and why she feels it is necessary, and then President Trump talking about her rising star. Watch this.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble.
Okay, so what do you think about her comments, David, and the president's reaction to her?
Yeah, look, this woman's a complete fraud. Either she's a complete fraud or she was a fraud when she went to her private school at $35,000 a year, whatever the final cost was, to Rhodes at over $55,000 a year. And now she's pretending to be a hood rat. Look, I don't like Sheila Jackson Lee, but at least she came from the 5th Ward in Houston. And while we disagreed on politics, she came from a truly poor and crime-ridden neighborhood, and that was part of her district. Jasmine Crockett is a performative politician.
Somebody was fucking murdered.
Oh, first of all, you gotta recognize the fact that she called her the Democratic rising star. She a year late from us, but she said that on Fox News. Go ahead.
Come on, y'all. I know y'all can see past this. It's time to try to other her. I said the other week. To do that much research on somebody, oh, she's nothing. And for Donald Trump himself to speak on her.
She getting there.
Don't know anybody just come out of his mouth. It's a purpose when he speaks on anybody. She didn't got under his skin. She didn't say something that he don't like. She got traction somewhere.
Yes, indeedy.
And now they want to, when she was going to a private school. Oh, now she want to be a hood rat. You talking, and who are they talking to? Talking to them same dumbass niggas.
Bro.
Push this shit about Kamala. She ain't black. Now she ain't hood.
That's confusing to me, though. First of all, the she ain't hood thing is odd. Like, are you telling me the fact that she black makes her ghetto? The fact she got lashes on make her ghetto? What is it that what is it did you see that makes her, the motherfucker says she's a fraud? Meaning, first of all, these motherfuckers cannot tell niggas like us who's a fucking fraud in the hood. That's the first problem. Not you dumb fucks on Fox News. You can't do it. You can't tell us who's a fraud. You on TV telling us who's a fraud? How you gonna do that? Well, you don't know about this business here, this street shit. You don't know nothing about this street shit. So you cannot. See, that's what I say. You can go all the colleges you want, but you can't dibble and dabble in the street shit, bro. That's our shit. So when she asks you that, you can't tell her, oh, she's a fake. She's a fraud. She ghetto. She went to these private schools and la 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 and la 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 and la la. Like what?
I can tell you this much. Even if she didn't grow up in the hood, the way she talked her mama did, that's inbred. Come on.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a lot of things happening. First of all, there's a lot of things happening that I love happening here. First of all, one thing we know happens if you doing your thing is Donald the fuck Trump say something about you ASAP. You're a judge, you somebody holding up some shit somewhere, congressperson, anybody that's all of a sudden in the atmosphere of the MAGAs, and the MAGAs don't like you no more, it trickles up to this orange fuck. And he starts saying, oh, no, that motherfucker. They show it to him, right? And he started looking at these Crockett like, oh, that supposed to be her thing? Their thing now? And the next thing he do, he go out with a speech and say, hey, y'all heard this girl? Crockett. Supposed to be their star. If that's their star, come on, bro. You can't tell us first who's hood, who's not. Second, you can't tell us who gonna be who our star is, you bitch nickel. Worry about those orange neck demon fucks you got behind you, and worry about whose stars over there with that. We got this, my guy. Me and my man tells you that lady was a rising star of our 2024. We're in 2025 now. You bitch nigga, you're late.
Now they mad. Now they trying to, okay. Now y'all trying the same shit from the same old playbook. Yeah. She ain't hood. She went to a private school. This ain't motherfucking 8 Mile motherfucker. That
just sounds dumb.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, it just sounds dumb, bro. Even they're gonna get black people on Fox to say this right here. She's a fraud. She's a fraud. When the whole time there's somebody calling her a fraud that's not even from the streets. Right. How you gonna call somebody a fucking fraud, you jackass? We use the fraud.
And now that he's speaking
to us.
So now Trump speaks on to it. So that is let they people know, they base know, hey, you gotta keep an eye on her, and this is we can't let her get loose because she gonna fuck some shit up. But
no, she cutting to the core.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So they activate. So basically, they activating the people against their people against her.
They don't want her to get more popular because then she can be a senator. They don't want her in the Senate. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Because she's so popular now. If she run for senator now, whoever the fucking senator in Texas is in trouble. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's why she done found the niche of how these MAGAs do their thing. She know how to do it. She learned it from blonde bitch, bad bitch joint. She learned it that day that how we supposed to do this. And ever since then, she done started how to master this MAGA shit. But like we said with the blueprint, we're going next time we have our podcast, we're going to talk about the blueprint of what Democrats need to do to motherfucker. Me and my man are the hood politics strategists. We're going to politize, we're going to strategize, and we're going to break down on what we think Democrats should do, right? Whether they do it or not, you know what I'm saying? But they need to pay us if you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying now? You know? But not. We want to start explaining what you should fucking be doing right now compared to whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So she done found the niche. She done found the way to get the narrative going. Now, if you get me personally, I really think, like I said, Kamala should come out. But so what's the day? Okay, Tuesday. I need more from her. I'm gonna talk to her though Tuesday. But her already, if she look at the poll numbers, she already running things where if she just say she running again, her number's gonna be at 40%, and that right there will push any clown fools for running. Second, if she come out and say, you know what, I'm going to get, y'all already know who I am, but this is going to be the person I'm running with on my next. I'm running for president, and this is the person I'm running with. Name our vice president ASAP now, and it make it motherfucking my girl. What's the girl name that when Hillary was running, I wanted her to run with Hillary. Is it Michigan? Damn, I wanted to run with Hillary. She's more of a Bernie Sanders type of senator.
Oh, when if Stephen A. starts talking bad about Jasmine Crockett, you're gonna know for sure that he a MAGA plant. And that's something to keep an eye out for. Because if he starts saying something about her, you gonna know he a MAGA plant.
We already know he a MAGA piece of shit. We ain't
well, you gonna know for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody, man, tuning in tonight, man. Especially Teresa, man. You one of our top motherfucking hoodies. Especially like, man, don't forget everybody else to be tuning in and join, just like motherfucking number one MAGA. I hope you don't figure out how you been blocked. We ain't figured that out. You figured it out yet? But yeah,
I don't know.
That's one of our guys too. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to get that MAGA with the red hat back on this motherfucker. He's scared as fuck. He's scary now and shit.
We'll have to send that to our tech department.
So he done got scary. So eventually I hope he come on. So me and everybody subscribe to this podcast can talk directly to this MAGA fool that was on here before, sprouting that bullshit. And now we need him to defend it now. That's all. That's all we asking. So
he ain't coming back.
We need that. And if he don't come back, we look for any Puerto Rican MAGAs, any white MAGAs, any white lady MAGAs, or any white ladies that voted for Donald the fuck Trump. This platform is always open. Back doors open. Side doors open. It's always open for the debate. You know what I'm saying, dog? Appreciate everybody, though.
Right on.
Coast to coast, wherever you tune in from us, man. Y'all know how much we appreciate y'all a whole lot. We just try and grow this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come in this joint and keep pounding the pavement. You know, we had 500, almost 500 motherfucking podcasters, and can't nobody even say that shit on this platform. So we just grind like we do.
Think about us. We're just trying to get them subscriptions up and bring y'all more good conversation in.
Most definitely. Y'all can help us get more subscribers. That will help us reach out to motherfuckers that will take us seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got more subscribers, we can reach out to motherfuckers that y'all like to hear us talk to and blast their ass too. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Don't come on this joint thinking you gonna be friends. You take some jackass shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Yep. Appreciate everybody though. Go ahead. Appreciate everybody, man. Help us out, man. We in our 3rd year anniversary. We appreciate everybody that been following us all this time. You know what I'm saying, though? But just check us out. We're going to keep our foot on the pavement. We're going to keep grinding. Keep putting up motherfucking podcasts even when you ain't expecting us. But Tuesday, Fridays, we always live in here for the debate, the black debate, and trying to find out what's best for our causes. For sure. You know what I'm saying, dog? But other than that, holler at your boys. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your motherfucking podcasts is at. We're going to be there soon. So for right now, follow us on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and that's how we roll. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Holler at your boy.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people, you know?